Welcome to the Sharkpreneur podcast with Kevin Harrington and Seth Greene. Kevin Harrington is the inventor of the infomercial, one of the original sharks from the hit TV show Shark Tank, and has generated over $5 billion in TV and digital direct response sales. Seth Greene is the world's first trusted authority on cutting-edge direct response marketing, a best-selling author, and the only 3-time Marketer of the Year nominee. On the podcast, Kevin and Seth interview Sharkpreneurs who share straight talk on what it takes to explode your business.
49 faces looked to him in triumph. Over the last 12 months, they had each taken turns and promoted his business for a week at a time, driving over $987,342 in revenue. What if you had a network of 50 centers of influence who promoted your business every week for a year? Grab your copy of the #1 Amazon best-selling book, The Ultimate Guide to Growing Your Business with a Podcast, at 33% off the Amazon price by going to ultimatepodcastbook.com. Again, that website for 33% off the Amazon price is ultimatepodcastbook.com. Welcome to the Sharkpreneur podcast. This is your co-host, Seth Greene. Today I have the good fortune to be joined by Ben Harris, the VP of Business Development at ClickFunnels and Magnetic Marketing. Ben, thank you so much for joining us.
Seth, it's always a pleasure getting to speak to you and be able to pick your brain. So maybe I'll be able to try and put on my Seth Greene hat and talk about experiences, a lot of good things, but I appreciate you having me.
Well, you are too kind, and I greatly appreciate that. Yes, all of our previous calls have been you asking us questions, which has been, very, very flattering and an honor to be asked. So excited to flip the mic on you. So let's go back in time a little bit. How did you get here? How did you talk a little bit about your career and how you ended up working with Russell?
It was just started with a book. I really didn't have any connections into this industry. I'm just some crazy kid from North Florida who stumbled across .com secrets in a Facebook ad. And I had grown a really heavy interest in selling products and services on the internet, and actually started an Amazon business. So I was, pretty versed in the physical product game and this is 2015. So it was a lot easier to hack Amazon listings and get reviews and do all kinds of different things. I'm sure you're not even able to do now. It's been a long time since I've been in the Amazon Seller Central database or inside that portal, but at the time was doing that fairly successfully, and came across .com secrets. And at that point in time, a weird switch flipped in my brain to where I didn't want to alter my business. I didn't want to start anything new. It didn't even really flicker an entrepreneurial light in me, which is very strange. I was under the mindset of, I want in on whatever these guys are doing. Like, this is unbelievable. I was blown away by the business model, blown away by the brand. And through my Amazon business and just a series of lucky introductions, I was able to get my foot in the door at ClickFunnels. And at that point in time, I would have taken out the trash, washed windows, done dishes, whatever I could to get my foot in the door. And it was for $15 an hour as a tech support agent. I wanted to know the tool better than anybody else. And I'm sure you can echo this, Seth. In my career, especially from a sales aspect, the more I know about my product and industry, the better I'm able to sell it, because I'm not really worried about, some sort of Jordan Belfort persuasion tactic or anything. Like, I just want to listen to the problems of our customers, and I know my product inside and out. So I took that path and descended rather quickly, and actually left ClickFunnels at a time. Had the privilege to start a brand new education department at ClickBank with Spark in 2020. And I was able to do a lot of amazing things at Samcart after they raised a very large Series B in 2022. But it started late last year back as a vice president when some things had just kind of came out of the blue. But I'm sure you're familiar with Dave Woodward, rest in peace. I know he's watching me right now, but he was my boss for almost 3 years here at ClickFunnels, and definitely had left a gap in this business with leaving us on earth. And definitely hope I'm making him proud, but there was a legacy pull for me to come back and finish a lot of things that I started, and again, kind of fulfill what I feel like I was put here on this earth to do, and that's lead this company to unprecedented heights.
Well, that is an incredible journey, the longer version of which should probably be in a book, your own book somewhere. If I got that, it was ClickFunnels to ClickBank to Samcart back to ClickFunnels.
Yeah, I know. I've it happened much quicker than I would have anticipated or predicted. But one thing that I can never pass up on in my career is opportunity. I've always been the kind that would rather look back and be like, "Oh, that was dumb," or like that was not the best idea, versus like, "Oh, what if?" In the top five regrets of dying, which is one of my favorite books, it goes into a lot of hospice care patients on their deathbeds. A lot of people talked about, pretty much everybody talked about the things they wish they would have done versus I did that and it did not go well. It's always you deal with the pain of discipline or the pain of regret, and I definitely have made my fair share of mistakes. Too many to recap on this episode, but yeah, this led me to where I'm at now.
All right. Well, we weren't going to ask you about those mistakes. So you got to get on a
Yeah.
jail free card. Talk a little bit about what your role is. What does being VP of Business Development at a company like ClickFunnels mean? What exactly are you responsible for? What does the day-to-day life of Ben Harris look like at the office?
Oof, what's it not entail? We've actually had some transitions this month, actually, of really what we're going to go about doing, and it's ClickFunnels gets business four ways. One is organic, word of mouth, right? Organic traffic over the internet, or you just telling your buddy, "Hey, you gotta go check out ClickFunnels." Number two is our most successful way of growing, which is just paid media. Getting $1 in, we're getting $2 out. But three and four is what our department is. But that's going to be our affiliate programs, and then our partnerships. Affiliate programs, and that just doesn't entail to ClickFunnels. We're actually putting a lot more efforts, myself personally, into our marketing secrets brand, which is really all of our info products. Like the entire Russell Brunson info product suite is one thing we're really going to be doing on the front end, pushing heavy the second half of this year. And then magnetic marketing as well. And that's not just the No BS newsletter. It's a lot of other things that we have at our disposal to sell. And then Secrets of Success and Understand.me, two other brands that we have that have very profitable and fruitful affiliate programs. So it's quite a bit. It's not just one affiliate program. We have Tyler Wicks on our team, who's the ClickFunnels affiliate manager, who really breathes the ins and outs of that. What my job is really about filling those pipelines and a lot of the growth initiatives and KPI measurements that's really allowing us to keep our finger on the pulse. And the top two that we really do there, it's going to be affiliate generated revenue, which breaks out into a lot of different categories. But one of our main North Stars that we monitor week over week, month over month, quarter over quarter is that. And secondly, just dwindling down as simple as possible, man. Like, is our list growing? Right? We are in the business of selling products and services on the internet. We need to have a growing email list. And is it growing or is it not growing? If it is, great. Let's look at what our main levers are that are going to be doing that. If it's not, let's try something new. Now, I think a lot, and I'm guilty just as everybody. A lot of people overcomplicate a lot of things that come to this game, where the foundational steps, they really always stay the same. And I think they always will. I could be proven wrong there, but at the end of the day, man, if your list is growing, your business is growing. And if it's not, you got a big problem we need to unpack. But I think, kind of where we're at, it's let's grow our audience, expand to different markets. And we do that through our affiliate channels as well. So long-winded answer. I hope it helps.
It does help. So all your fingers are in a lot of different pies. Secrets of Success, obviously, we're customers of and affiliates for. Understand.me, I wrote that down. I didn't even know what that was.
Check it out. And I'm happy to even attach my own personal Understand.me profile here, but it's really like disc assessments on steroids. So that can go into it can help a lot with job placement. And Mandy Keene, who is an amazing career coach, amazing business coach, she is the mastermind and the attractive character behind this brand. And it's not something that we have launched yet for purchase. So if you want to go to understand.me and create your free profile, feel free to do so. And it's something that'll, again, allow you to understand yourself better, and also your coworkers as well, best communication styles, how different people are motivated, because we're all wired differently. That's the beauty of humanity. And this just gives you a little insight in a professional sense how that's done. But even, Seth, we are on Zoom right here. I'll go ahead and shoot you mine over if you want to take a gander at it. But
Awesome.
yeah, it's a fantastic tool.
All right, we will definitely check that out. So with your fingers in all of those different pies, how do you manage all of that? How do you keep it all straight? How do you balance it all?
Well, amazing teams and amazing people, first and foremost. I am for sure not one to do this all on my own. If I were, we'd be in a lot of trouble. But from an affiliate management standpoint, it's great to look at the content that is produced week in and week out to keep people engaged and to help them and to make sure that our offers are converting the way that they need to be and just keeping our ear on the ground and listening to our customers. But in terms of managing it, again, these initiatives have changed this month. This is something that we're forming and taking on now that's going to continue to grow and iterate throughout the rest of the year. But it's really about, from a management standpoint, Seth, it's drilling down to where we're headed, what's the vision, and then what are our indicators that measure that success, and making that extremely, extremely simple. So we have pretty much team growth, and then we have team team KPIs, and then team goals that are a little bit more not as, I won't say not as important, because they're definitely important, but not as company facing. Team goals we will discuss as a team, but team KPIs the entire company knows about. So that's something that's just a little more public, more front facing, and then one does contribute to the other as well. But with managing it all, it's much easier to keep your finger on the pulse when you know where you're headed, and when you know what a win looks like, what's the definition of done, what is it going to take us to get there, because it really just allows us to narrow our focus as a team and all be committed to the process and believe in our efforts and believe that they will. And that's part of my job as well, having our team buying in to believing that this is the path that's going to take us to get there. And some of that's quantifiable, some of it's qualitative and quantitative reasonings behind that.
That makes a lot of sense. You talked about if your list is growing, your business is growing, but you guys have so many different lists. What are just a couple examples of like the KPIs that you're using?
For sure. So for list growth right now, surprisingly, some of it's just abandoned cart sequences, or just abandoned carts. Like, we have two-step order forms for MIFKEs, for example, will be name, address, email, jumping over for your credit card information. A lot of people leave there, which is okay. And that's been a lot of our list growth. And that's even traffic from affiliates or traffic from ads as well. But populating our overall audience could be abandoned carts. So you look at, secrets of success. That's a MIFKE offer. And you look at magnetic marketing, no BS newsletter, also a MIFKE offer. And I say that for those listening, it stands for the most incredible free gift ever. And it's really just a bribe to get you into our trial, right? Test out what we have. We do need your credit card information, but we're not going to be charged anything until you're able to take a peek what we have. And Seth, the other way of how we're doing that is the power of dramatic demonstrations. So for those of you who do follow Russell, follow any of our brands, whether it's ClickFunnels, magnetic marketing, or secrets of success, you do see that we regularly do live challenges, live webinars. And again, those are dramatic demonstrations that is nothing more than a great piece, sometimes a couple of days worth of educational content, where we will ask for your business at the end. Like, very open for that. I think we have a lot of things that are worth buying that you will enjoy, but guess what? You don't have to buy anything. Please still come and learn all the free content that we give away. It's made people very, very, no claims, right? But it's made people very happy with the time that they've spent with us.
Absolutely. You're managing a very, very, very large enterprise. What's your biggest challenge on a regular basis?
That's a great question. I'd say our biggest challenge right now is expanding into markets where we're not as relevant. I'll give you an example of, let's just look at the user base of ClickFunnels throughout our history, our company, since our inception as a company. And it's been very relevant in the info product space, very relevant in the agency space, very relevant in the coaching space. And there's been a couple other areas where just by default, never capitalized on the potential that it holds, but you can look at the e-commerce or physical product space, right? If I'm, drop shipping Yeti mugs, I'm not looking at ClickFunnels to do that. I'm looking at more of a Shopify, where we have in ClickFunnels 2.0 extensive e-commerce capabilities now, which we're very, very proud of and weren't built overnight. But for those of us listening who are e-com geeks like myself, we now have plenty of third-party logistics integrations, proper sales tax integrations, multi-SKU capabilities. So a lot of really cool stuff. And from a competitive advantage, obviously Shopify has proven what they do pretty darn well. I think we can all agree with that. The upsell and downsell capabilities are a little bit lacking. And I would say boldly, just because that's just not their lane. And again, they've proven that where they exist, they have excelled at exceedingly. But from a ClickFunnels perspective, the upsell and downsell capabilities, if you haven't checked it out, they're pretty sweet. So that's going to be something that we're looking to expand in. And from a challenge standpoint, finding the right partners to do so there.
Awesome. Your passion is obvious. What do you like best about what you're doing?
To get to meet people like you, man. Seriously. It is, in previous, in this industry, previous careers, previous jobs I've had, I'll find myself stuck behind a computer for months on end, really just plugging away at numbers, traffic and conversions, split tests, and which is great, right? Like I can geek out to that all day long, any day that ends in Y. But I'll tell you what, like I crave connection. I'm too extroverted to be locked away, in my office for too long at a time. But, getting to travel, getting to shake hands, look people in the eye, call them by their first name, really know them outside of a work setting, even though we do work together, has been the gift of a lifetime with the career that I've been lucky enough to be involved in. It's rewarding beyond words. It's a lot of fun, man, for sure.
Awesome. Well, we know how valuable your time is. We appreciate you spending some of it with us. For our folks watching and listening, what is the best place for them to go learn more about Ben Harris and all the things you're up to?
Yeah, just across all socials. I do love Twitter or X, just at Ben Harris Online, but that's my socials across everything. I do respond to every single DM that I get. Please, anything partnership related or affiliate marketing related. I love talking about stuff like that. Planning on doing a ton more content, even involving golf, actually. Think about that. Affiliate marketing content involving golf. It's happening. We're shooting some on Friday, but now that the weather in Idaho is finally good because I'm a wimp when it comes to the cold. Oh, I hate it. But now that it's warm, we're good to go. And if you would like to kind of hear about some of the things I've talked about, please go to any of our websites, secretsuccess.com, magneticmarketing.com, clickfunnels.com, and try it for free. If you hate it, just leave. But I'm telling you right now, I think you're going to like what you have to see.
Awesome. This has been Seth Greene for Sharkpreneur with Ben Harris from ClickFunnels, Magnetic Marketing, Secrets of Success, and everywhere else. Thank you, everybody, for watching or listening. We will talk to you or see you next time.
Why do so many businesses struggle while others seem to explode overnight? Do you wish you had the secret to this type of exponential growth? Now, I've scaled more than 20 businesses to over $100 million, and it's not just luck. In my new book with Mark Tim, Mentor to Millions, you'll learn the repeatable framework I use in all my business ventures for massive success. Order at kevinmentor.com and get over $1,000 in bonuses. Head to kevinmentor.com.